because that's the only way I'm going to be able to pay for it, you know?
Yeah.
Glad I could make you laugh.
Very, very good, Mark.
That's what I used to tell my students in school, I said, who said you can't have fun and learn at the same time?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I,
well, I know Trump is going to put some type of health care together, and I know the Republicans at the beginning of the talks when Obama was discussing his plan, there were things that they wanted to keep, and they thought were a good idea, and things that they want to get rid of, but
okay,
he didn't want to cooperate.
we've got another caller in the banks. Who's calling?
Yeah, I called in because I saw the headline about what can we expect for the next few years. So I'm calling in to find out if there's been a consensus of opinion about what Trump's going to do for the next few years.
Nothing. Who's calling?
My name's Joe.
It's a good enough name.
I think a lot of good things.
Suzette is on the line.
He didn't hear you, Suzette. Suzette, you there?
Suzette?
No,
okay,
Joe didn't hear what you said.
He didn't hear you.
Oh, Joe, I think a lot of good things will happen. They're already in the works. Of course, nothing can be done until after he's inaugurated. But I think we can expect good things to happen. I don't believe that he'll be able to accomplish everything that he wanted to in 4 years because there's just so much to deal with, that was left behind. And so, but I do think that he's going to get the ball rolling at least anyway.
Well, the presidency is a daunting task. I don't believe anybody's really ready for the Oval Office. You practically have to have a photographic memory and an IQ of about 180 and the patience of Job in order to deal with the daily briefings that are going to come your way. I was watching, The Designated Survivor the other day. And that's, has anybody seen that yet?
I watch it every week. Okay.
Well, then that's what the president should expect, even without a crisis, just about every day. So unless you're truly prepared for the intricacies of the office, there's not a lot that any president or any president-elect can really hope to get accomplished, especially somebody like Trump who has no chits in Congress. In other words, nobody owes him a favor, and nobody likes him. So he's going to have a hard row to hoe in order to get cooperation from both sides.
Well, and Joe,
I know they're in the works already with a lot of these things that he wants to do as far as deregulation and stuff. Paul Ryan is getting things in order, so this way he can just start signing off. Since the Republicans have the Senate and the House, they've pretty much accomplished a lot, and they're pretty excited about it, actually.
Well, that's the mainstay of Congress. They love to talk.
Yeah, it's true. Don't forget that on the day that Obama was sworn in, Mitch McConnell, who of course did not attend the swearing-in ceremony, said it's going to be his job to make Obama a one-term president. From the time he became president, they were trying to make him a one-term president. They didn't want to recognize the fact that a black man was president of the United States, that he looked different from every other president that we had, and that's probably how they would have treated Hillary, too.
And what do you think Schumer's going to do with Trump? Same thing.
What?
What do you think Schumer's going to do with Trump?
Schumer, believe me, Schumer is going to be able to work a little bit with Trump. I think Trump may have more luck working with Schumer and some of the Democrats because his social plans, the rebuilding of roads and shoring up bridges and tunnels. The only thing that I find outrageous is where does he think he's getting $10 trillion from?
Well, that was never a problem with you. You just said spend it.
Well,
that was always your philosophy.
Well, people, told Bernie that he was crazy when he said free college and this and that he didn't figure on where the money was coming from.
Of course he
But
is.
he kept saying it's going to come from the mega wealthy. Okay. And
It's not going to
believe me,
work.
you know, if they...
You can't tax the 1% and run the country. It's just not going to work.
Eventually, they'll run out.
Yeah.
Or leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're doing in France because what's his name? Holland instituted something like a 75% tax, and the rich saw the handwriting on the wall. So now they're expatriates of France, and if that happens here, I don't think it will because Trump is pro-business, if anything, if not for anything else.
Yeah.
Then I think maybe some citizens might even come back if he does lower or modify regulations to be business friendly, and if he does lower taxes, then in a few years, not immediately, but in a few years, the economy will pick up. Small businesses will have the incentive to found more small businesses. They'll hire more people. And if he's, I hope he's not too tough in the foreign policy arena because that might get us into a shooting match with Russia. But if he smart enough to calm down and have a presidential demeanor overseas, then he will work with Putin, and hopefully he'll try to end the wars.
Well,
overseas.
I was going to say, according to Lynch, and that he wants, Putin is looking forward to working with him. Okay, I mean Flynn. Putin wants to work with him.
Yeah, the general, yeah. Mm-hmm.
In general, which is more than you could say.
Yeah.
The General Flynn, yeah.
And that they seem to have, a mutual respect, if not being wary of each other. What is it that Reagan used to say that they're always questioning it? Something or other, but yeah. Okay, so I think in that respect, Trump is willing to work with Putin. Let's see where it gets me, but don't think I'm going to be easy. That type of deal.
Well, I think everybody knows Trump is not going to be easy. That's his currency. That's his image. Don't tread on me, step on me, talk about me, pull my hair. So with an image like that, then the overseas leaders, they'll get a dosage of Trump style, and they'll fall in line because we are the superpower.
Yeah.
China and Russia.
Yeah.
But just as long as he doesn't push the envelope too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think he will.
I hope.
Well, that certainly depends upon who he surrounds himself with.
That's the problem.
Because
the president doesn't run. Yeah. The president doesn't run. No.
He doesn't want war. I mean, that's one of his biggest things as far as let's take out ISIS and come home.
Mm-hmm.
As far as let's put people.
Well,
but
they
don't pop up again.
The funny thing is, he did say in one of the commercials, I like war. But I don't think he meant it in the way it sounded.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, nobody likes war. In fact, any general will tell you.
Let me disagree with you on that. War's a racket. If you ever read Bradley's book, the defense contractors, plenty of people in the United States love war.
Moneymaker.
Yes, economy does well with a war.
Well, when there's a war, you have full employment. You got people working.
Well, you don't have full employment.
Well,
but
close
you do
to
have
full
the defense
employment.
Contractors.
Yeah.
Well, you have the defense contractors and the banks naturally making money because the war machine has to be funded. And the lobbyists come from the Pentagon, and the Pentagon works hand in hand with Rayon,
Rayon, I think.
Defense contractor. Rayon? I forget. Raytheon, I think. So, I don't know if you guys have heard or read the book by Bradley. Bradley was a two-time Congressional Medal of Honor winner. And he was a general, and he wrote the little book, The War is a Racket, back in right after World War I, where DuPont was making money as a war contractor back then.
Yeah. Oh, how about Cheney? He did very well.
Oh, Jesus. God, the head of what was he? The head of Halliburton?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yep,
head of Halliburton is is the VP of the United States. Good choice.
Yeah. Well, him and Bush were just something else. I don't know.
You know,
I'm of the belief that basically you leave the countries alone to do what they want to do, as long as they're not hurting anybody, harming anybody.
As long as they're not harming us. Yeah, let them take care of their own situation over there. Yeah.
Right. This nation
Well,
building or trying to impose upon them our beliefs and turning democracy or whatever.
Yeah.
If they don't want it, they don't want it.
Well, Trump did say he's against nation building.
right.
Yep.
Well, I hope so. But again, it's the advisors. Trump, like any other president, they think or they hope that they're the ones in charge, but it's the advisors that run the Oval Office, because no one man can make the decisions that are necessary in order to take care of all the problems that are coming his way. So he's going to have, he's going to have to he's going to have to depend upon his advisors, just like all the other presidents were.
The one thing he does have a patent on are the two words, "you're fired." If anybody's going to get fired, he's the one that wants to say it. You're fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like his braggadocio. I like his personality. I hope that he's not so thin-skinned that when he comes across somebody like the Philippine president who called Obama a son of a bitch, that he doesn't want to turn the Philippines into a parking lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be. But China would.
As a woman for the UN, because then it won't be a testosterone competition, And NATO, I know we need to break away from them, and his thoughts right now are kind of clouded. Originally, he had talked about not needing NATO, which we don't. Right now with NATO, we pay the highest membership fees, and yet if we need help, they're not obligated to come and help us. If we call them and say, hey, we got things going on, crap's hitting the fan, and we need your help, they don't come.
Well,
they're not obligated to come.
We're the ones that always seem to come to everybody else's aid.
Well,
true.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not fair.
Well, no, but since we're the first ones in the battle, to the spoils go the
to the victors go the spoils. Yeah.
So we're not there to help people. Okay, the United States is an imperialistic nation. As a matter of fact, I have a history book from way back when, in the 50s, where it actually says in the history book that America is an imperialistic nation. But according to the PC doctrine for the last, 12 years, we can't say that about America. America is a country that wants to go out there and expand, not for us, not to find rare earth minerals for us, but to expand to help the other corporations. So I'm hoping Trump doesn't get too swayed by his advisors and doesn't go off track. But I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for Hillary. I would rather have a libertarian in there who has the courage to say no to everything.
Yeah, right.
90 seconds.
That says no to everything. In other words, if Ron Paul had been elected, he would have...
Rand Paul.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh, Rand Paul.
No, Rand Paul ran now, but if Ron Paul had been elected in past years, Rand Paul's not a strict libertarian. He's a Republican libertarian. He's like a hybrid. But if Ron Paul were, then he would have just said, this isn't constitutional. Sorry. Bye-bye. He would have just vetoed everything. And that would have forced...
60 seconds.
Go ahead.
And that would have forced both houses of Congress to try to get together and do something. But if Ron Paul had been efficient, and if Trump is going to be efficient, I wouldn't have expected Ron Paul, and I don't expect Trump to stay alive if he's going to be for America, because that's going to be quite antithetical to the policies of those who want America to just do their bidding.
Yeah. I saw Ron Paul has a YouTube channel that he interviews and talks to people on, and I watched that. And as far as Putin goes, he was saying that the United States and basically
10 seconds.
the Democrats or liberals and the media are trying to portray Putin as or they're demonizing him, and they shouldn't be doing that. Number one, because Putin wants to work with the United States, not